Good day, students. Welcome to part 2 of entrepreneurial skills. In our previous class, we had learned who is an entrepreneur, what are the features that an entrepreneur, the qualities or the features of an entrepreneur, and what are the different phases of entrepreneurial development like the simulatory phase, the sustenance phase, the support phase, etc. We also learned about the different types of entrepreneurial endeavors like the women entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, etc. In this class, we are going to learn some of the duties or the functions that an entrepreneur performs. An entrepreneur performs various promotional, managerial as well as commercial functions. Some of the major functions that he performs are decision making, financing, management of the enterprise and risk taking. Let us go into each of these functions in detail. Now, first function is the promotional function. Promotional function deals with all the functions that an entrepreneur performs at the beginning or for the entrepreneurship to start or take wings. That is, in order to start a new enterprise, there are certain or a new business, there are certain functions that an entrepreneur needs to perform. So, those come under the promotional functions. The first is discovering an idea. An entrepreneur comes up with a very innovative and new idea for his business, and he starts to think up ways in which he can implement that idea into a new business. An entrepreneur conducts a detailed investigation about and does a complete research and investigation about evaluating the idea of his business and what are the various factors that he has to consider before he starts the business. So a detailed investigation is the second function that he performs. An important function is raising capital for starting his business or raising finance for his business. So he needs to approach various financial institutions, potential investors, banks and various other people from where finance can be managed for him to start his new business. So financing is a very important promotional function. In order to start a business, an entrepreneur needs to acquire certain patent rights, then sourcing or raw materials for the business, whatever products he wants to create, plant and machinery, land, water, electricity, all the requirements that are needed for starting his business. He needs to assemble all those requirements. Once an entrepreneur starts his business, after performing all his promotional functions, the most important part is managing that business using his managerial functions. So let us learn out some of the managerial functions that he performs in order for the smooth running of his organization. The first important managerial function is planning. An entrepreneur needs to have a detailed business plan about his product, the service, the operations, the marketing, the finance, accounting, what are his growths, how is he going to run the day-to-day activities of his business. So planning is the most important managerial function that a manager or an entrepreneur performs. Organizing and directing. This is the second function, which means that he organizes planned action to ensure effective performance by the subordinates towards the accomplishment of the group's activities. So organizing and directing people what is to be exactly done, how are the subordinates to perform so that whatever is the goal of the organization that is accomplished, that is the important organizational and directional function that he performs. In the day-to-day activity of his business, he may need to do a lot of human resource planning and staffing. For example, appointing new people, promoting, transferring, or even appraisals, that is, and doing appraisal interviews, finding out what are the human resource development activities, what is the employee remunerations. All these human resource planning actions are performed very well by the entrepreneur. Next important function is to lead, advise and guide and supervise the people who are working for his business. So leadership is another important function which he performs. He supervises and leads the team to achieve the goals of the organization. Communicating with the staff in the form of writing, response, drafting emails, verbal instructions, discussions, meetings. In this way, communicating his ideas and the instructions to the staff is another important managerial function performed by the entrepreneur. Along with guiding and supervising, he also needs to motivate all the employees, or with the entrepreneurs plays a very important role in motivating and encouraging very positive behavior and a good culture in the organization, which helps in the overall growth of the organization. Supervision is another activity which he performs on a day-to-day basis. He supervises his the subordinates and ensures maximum utilization of the resources and sees to it that everything happens according to what are the detailed business plan. Coordinating between the different departments, the government departments or internal departments, controlling the policies and taking corrective actions in case there is any issues, and setting up certain predetermined standards for working. So controlling and coordination is another important managerial function which is performed by an entrepreneur. And one of the last managerial functions is negotiations. Negotiation is a very important part of business because it deals with negotiating with different people, that is negotiating the salaries with people or some the vendors, quotations, and the sales figures, and many other negotiations which an entrepreneur needs to do with the different people of his organization or even outside clients or raw material suppliers, etc. All these negotiations is a part of his managerial functions. Now, once he knows how to manage his business properly, that is the day-to-day activities of his business, then he also needs to perform certain commercial functions which are required for the smooth running of the business. The first commercial function that he performs is of production and operational control, which means that depending upon what type of product or what type of service the business entrepreneur is, he has to perform the function of managing production of that particular goods or service. So depending upon the demand or depending upon the supply has to be according to what is the demand. So he has to control the production and operation of the business. Financing and accounting is another important commercial function that is performed by the entrepreneur. He has to analyze and prepare cash flow statements, incomes, balance sheets. He has to understand where the money is coming from, how he has to raise more funds when needed, and this way he has to manage the finances of and the accounting procedures of his business. Marketing is another important commercial function whereby he needs to promote the product or service that he is preparing. Also, he needs to fix up the price, the promotional activities, the marketing activities needed for the goods. So, the product, the price, the promotion, the place that he is going to promote, all this has to be decided very well by in his marketing strategies, that how is he going to manage or how is he going to market his product. By performing all these three types of functions, that is the promotional function, the managerial function, and the commercial functions, an entrepreneur will be able to conceive an idea, plan that idea, he starts working on that idea, and ultimately using all these functions he can succeed in his business endeavor. Let us now understand what are the advantages of an entrepreneurial development. That is, why are more and more people trying to be newer and better entrepreneurs. First is that they have full control on the business. They can do what they want and you can use their strengths and skills and abilities in their own way. There is nobody else to control him because he is the main controlling factor. Next is there is always an excitement about to work hard because he enjoys the work that he does. It is his idea and he wants to implement it and make it as successful. So there is a lot of excitement. Next is flexibility. He has got very flexible working hours and he can spend quality time with his family and along with all other commitments. So there is a time flexibility. He can work whenever he wants. There is also a freedom to work whenever and wherever, and also that is the one which helps you. It is not a fixed job whereby he has to go at 8 o'clock and come back at 6 o'clock. Nothing like that. He can fix his time of work. So he has got a lot of control, freedom and flexibility in his working. He can also rationalize his salary depending upon whether the business is doing good or no. It is not, once the business does very well, he can take more profits for himself. If the business is not doing very well, he can rationalize his salary and go in for a lesser pay. So all these type of controls, which are generally not available when he's working under somebody or in a different organization, those advantages are very much there in a entrepreneurship business. While there are so many advantages of being an entrepreneur, there are certain disadvantages also. First is that the decision making is totally upon the entrepreneur. So if he makes some wrong decisions, the burden of that also falls onto him. There is a lot of competition in the startup business or business industry. So competition is very, very important, and he should know how to beat that competition well. So the next one is loneliness, because he is his own. He does not have any other team that he can work with, or sometimes loneliness can set him because the entire responsibility of running the business is on him. The next is there may be or may not be a regular salary for him. Some of the entrepreneurs take up salary only and only if their business is doing good. If they do not do good, then that month they will not be able to get anything from the business. So there is no regular salary, which is a disadvantage. The work schedules also may be unpredictable, because sometimes it may so happen that during the business, when the business is growing, he may not have time at all for himself or his family, or he may have to work overtime for him to grow his business. So there is no fixed time schedule for which he can say that I will not work, or I will work only from this time to this time. That cannot be done, because it is his own business. So these work schedules can be very, very unpredictable. So these are some of the disadvantages that a person who is an entrepreneur faces. There are certain myths which revolve around an entrepreneurship. The first risk is that they are very high risk takers. Entrepreneurs are neither high risk takers nor low risk takers. They look at the situation which leads to generating profits. So if the situation is good, then they will generate profits and they will take the risk. So they are neither high risk takers nor low risk takers. But the general opinion is that an entrepreneur is always a high risk taker. It is not so. The next one is the moment they start the business, they become rich. It is not so. In case of a business which is growing, yes, of course, the entrepreneur becomes very rich, but it may take many, many years together for certain businesses to click and the entrepreneurs to become rich. So every businessman may not, or every entrepreneur need not be rich. The next myth is that entrepreneurs are job hoppers. They are not job hoppers. They do not jump from one job to the other. In fact, they are the ones who create job opportunities for people. They work for many years, gain experience, and then they start their new business. Out of the blue, without any experience, none of them start their own business. They first work for some people, gain the experience, and then they start their new venture. And the last myth is the entrepreneurs have very limited dedication. No, they need to be highly dedicated to make their business successful. These are some of the myths of entrepreneurship. Let us now look at some of the initiatives of entrepreneurial development which has been set up by the government of India to encourage new startup businesses. First is the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Next is the Niti Aayog. Next is the National Policy on Skill Development and Entrepreneurship 2015, National Skill Development Mission, the Make in India Mission, the Startup India, and Atal Innovation Mission. So these are some of the initiatives which have been started by the Government of India to encourage entrepreneurship, because with the help of entrepreneurship, it helps in the overall development of the economy and the standard of living of the people of the country. So I hope students you have understood what is entrepreneurial skills and what are the different aspects of entrepreneurial skill development. Thank you.